nights and I watch them go. Gave you my fears and we took them slow. Gave me a warmth when I was so cold. Gave me a love, honey, I was sold. But I'm afraid. Just can't put my mind to rest. It's killing me slowly, I'm lonely. I just can't get out my head, but I'm trying my best, baby. 'Cause if you're gone and I'm on fire, then I'll be looking for something or someone to take me.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer. This is Jenny on a blog. So today I'm bringing you one of my favorite videos to shoot. It has literally become one of my favorite videos to shoot, which is a monthly reset. Now my monthly reset is more so about me resetting my finances, basically reviewing my previous month and then doing my budget for the upcoming month, and then also setting goals for that month. And that is what we're going to be doing on this video. As you have seen on a little montage there, I was setting up the month of March in my bullet journal. Now this is the journal that I use. You guys are familiar with this if you have watched any of my previous videos when it comes to monthly research that I've shot this year, basically because I got it this year. So I got this from Take a Lot. I've shared that previously as well. I've already done my March setup, and my bullet journal is very simple, you guys. Like, I don't have a lot of things. I don't have I don't have endless trackers. I don't have like a lot of things that most people have on their bullet journals, and that is because I've tried bullet journaling before and I realized that there are many things that I had put there before in the previous years I never used. And so for my bullet journal now, I keep it very simple. So the most important thing for me is the calendar, what is happening that month, what are my plans, and then my budget. Because one thing for sure, I do go back to my budget. I cross out things as I spend or as I pay for things. So I prefer it written down here. It gives me satisfaction to see that, okay, I've paid for this bill, I've paid for this, I've paid for this, now this is left. It gives me a good idea, it gives me a good feeling, and that is why for me, I will continue to do my budget manually instead of electronically, because for me it is satisfying. But then if you're a person that prefers to do your budget on an Excel, then that is fine. Do you, boo. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Before we get into my March budgets and goals and all that stuff, I want us to review February. Now, interesting things happened in February. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited about how February went. Firstly, it went very quickly, but then secondly, there were huge achievements in the month of February, and also it was my daughter's birthday, so it was just a beautiful month, if I may say so myself. So this was my spread for February. So the first thing that we're gonna go through is my posting schedule for February. Now, as you know, that I have been intending to ensure that I post 2 videos a week, and I think that I've been doing that consistently. I don't think I've missed a day, even if I didn't post on the day that I had set for myself, especially the Wednesdays. Wednesdays have become very confusing for me because I do have a full-time job that does demand a lot out of me, and so I can't really Sometimes you find that I want to post, but then I can't because I'm busy with work. And then because also when I'm posting a video, I like to actually watch it. For me, the first few minutes of me posting my videos are very important. They're crucial for my growth. And so I want to make sure that when I put out a video, I watch it. So you find that sometimes on Wednesday, I won't be able to post a video in the morning like I normally do, so I'll post it in the afternoon. But then also if it happens that I really couldn't post on Wednesday, then I find myself posting on Thursday. Now let's go through the goals for February. Now I set up some ambitious goals in February. Not a lot, but I did set up some ambitious goals in February. So personal goals, I wanted to draft my will. Did I do that? No. Did not even cross my mind. Like I would remember it, but then I wouldn't have time to sit down and do it. So I didn't do that. Exercise at least 3 times a week. I've been doing that. Sometimes you find that after getting sick, I didn't do it as much. And then finish reading one book. Guys, I haven't read a book in a while now. I haven't read a book in a while. I think I need to get like some interesting books. Maybe I will read. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay, so those were my financial personal goals. Now I'm just gonna cross most of them because they didn't happen. Draft a will, nope. Exercise at least 3 times a week, yes. Finish reading a book, nope, it didn't happen. Okay, and then the next goals were for financial. So I categorized my goals in terms of personal and financial. And then for financial goals, I wanted to save at least 6,210 that I was able to save. Now, this is money that I know for sure that, okay, these are like savings. So those were my savings. I was able to save 6,000. So that is a good thing. I'm going to tick there. Limit my monthly spending. No, I didn't do very well on this one. I decided to do some clothing shopping, and not like a lot, you guys, because I have decided that quality over quantity matters most, because I'm not one that likes to do a lot of shopping for clothes. So I did go out and buy clothes this month. However, not this month, last month in February. However, it was few items, shoes, sneakers, a shirt there, pants there, but it wasn't a lot. The issue is that some of the things were pricey. They were on the pricey side, not something that I'm used to spending money on, because I'm used to popping in at Mr. Price and just grabbing something, grabbing a t-shirt there, grabbing a skirt there, grabbing sneakers there, and then it'll be a small amount. But because I've decided to buy quality over quantity, it was more money but less items, which is still good for me, because then I know that my wardrobe is not going to be packed of things that are not of value and things that are not of good quality, because I like my clothes to last me for a very long time. So I didn't limit my spending this month. Carry my own lunch, yes, definitely. I've been cooking, I've been carrying my own lunch. Whenever I wouldn't have cooked food, I will make a sandwich and then I'll carry that at work. Do not use my credit card unless planned for. No. Okay, I'm gonna get to the credit card part. Stick to the budget. Yes, I did. Okay, so when it comes to my budget, I paid for everything. The only thing that changed when it comes to how I had planned is that I had planned to save 2.5 for the building fund, but I ended up saving 2,000. Now, if you are not from South Africa, this is in rands, and so 2,000 may sound like a lot to other countries, especially the European countries and the States, but for us 2,000 is a small amount. So I was only able to save 2,000 instead of 2,500. And then what was another change? Yes, the biggest achievement that I did this last month in February is that I paid off one of my credit cards. Now, if you remember from my previous budget in February, if you can go back to that video, you'll see that I was paying, let me put this pen down. I was paying for 2 credit cards. The first one was the credit card 1, which had the highest interest rate, like 25%. The second one was credit card 2 from FNB, which has the lowest interest rate, and I owe the lowest amount, and the interest rate there is like 7%. So I was able to pay off my credit card, which was about 35,000, actually not was about 35,000 worth of credit card that I was able to pay off last month. And then what I did, I went and closed it. If you have not watched that video, I'm going to link it down below. Please go check it out. I do share my process and my journey and how I went about actually making sure that I stick to my goal, which is to pay it off and then close it. So now we're gonna get into my March setup. This is my March setup. So cute. So cute. I enjoyed actually doing this yesterday. I did this yesterday, and then afterwards I couldn't film because the weather was just not looking good. Like right now, the sun keeps coming in and out because of the clouds. Anyway, we're gonna go straight to the point. So this month I have to post 9 times. So twice a week still, but then 9 times because the month is longer. So what is happening this month? What am I doing? So what I've done this month is that I've added a YouTube tracker, and here I want to see how many subscribers I started with on the 1st of March, and then on the 15th, which is halfway through the month, and then lastly on the 31st of March, how many subscribers do I have? As we are talking currently, I have 995 subscribers, and today it is Thursday the 3rd of March. So when we closed off February, we closed it off with 990 subscribers, and then as we are talking now, we have 995 subscribers. And so my personal goal this month is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and also to fill out my nomination form. So that is for my pension. And then for my financial goals, what I've decided to do this month is to just minimize the amount of goals that I have, so that I don't put so much pressure on myself, and then I don't beat myself up also if I don't achieve those things. My financial goals is I want to save a minimum of 6,000. That is my goal for this month, and I think I will be able to achieve it based on my budget. And then minimize the use of my credit card. Now, as you know that I paid off one of my credit cards last month. I had 2 credit cards, as I've explained. So I paid out the one with the highest interest rates and the highest amount that I owed in it, and then now I'm left with the FNB one, which I owe about 10,000 on, and then it has the lowest interest rate. Now I want to minimize the use of that credit card. Now how I find myself using that credit card is not that it's something that I plan for, and it's not cases of emergency, but then I find myself going into the credit card if let's say for instance I'm in a grocery shop, and then I find that the things go way over what I had budgeted for, like the items that I'm buying. And so if you find that I will move small amounts of monies there and there, maybe it will be 300 now, then next time it will be 200, next time it will be 500. All those amounts, they do add up at the end of the month, and so these affect my progress. So the last thing that we're gonna get into, it is my monthly budget. Now for March, the first thing that is going to be different from my previous month is that now we have one debt that is included in my budget. One debt. Guys, I used to have debt. Not a lot, but I used to have 3 things that I was paying for. Now I have 1, and it's so low. It's so low in terms of payment. Amazing. Let's go through my budget. Okay, I'm not going to share my expected income. I'm not going to share how much I get paid, because that is private. Okay, the first thing that you know about is my emergency fund. You know that I saved this with Frank. I'm actually going to do an update in April, because in April we're going to be reaching 6 months. I want to do my updates. I don't want to do them like in short spaces. It must be between 4 to 6 months. Then I'll do an update in terms of how it's going. But currently my emergency fund is looking very good. Even the interest rates is looking, even the growth in terms of the interest that I'm gaining from it, it's looking very good. Looking very, very good, if I may say so myself, compared to how much I have on my other savings platform, and how much I'm getting for that, and how much I'm making under Frank. Amazing. So I have an emergency fund which is going out. I have an education plan. I have the life cover, funeral cover. Just gonna rush through those. And then I have stokvel ones. I save a minimum of 500, and that is because I decided that, you know what, instead of taking large sums of amount and actually saving them with the stokvel, I rather put the minimum there and put my other amount somewhere where there is better interest. Where we are right now, the bank that we are banking with for the stokvel, the interest rate is very low. The people that gain the most are the people that save the most, like people that save about 7,000-8,000 per month. I'm not that person, and if you've watched any of my videos, like most of my financial videos, you'll know that I do not like taking a large sum of money, all of my money that I'm planning to save that month, and just putting it in one thing. So stokvel 2 is 2,000. This is Mholiswane. In April, it's coming to me, and I have to think about what am I going to do when it comes to me, so that I know that when I get that money, where am I channeling it to, instead of me waiting until I get the money and then deciding how I'm going to use it. That is a very dangerous thing to do when it comes to your finances. And so because it's March, I have to think about it now, because next month it is rotating to me. And then my sister is Mholiswane, the one that we do monthly. And then with my sister, I give her this, but then on my MTN bill, I'm just going to show you here on the screen. On my MTN bill that I pay for, it's an expense. It's 592. Now, I do not have a contract phone. I only have contract data, and that is like 200 rands per month. But then I took out a phone for my sister because she lost her phone and she couldn't buy a phone cash, and I wasn't going to put myself through that of buying a phone cash. So I decided to take out a phone for her. And so on MTN there, the 592, it's not just me. It's my data that I pay for, and I pay 200 rands for those data, and I get 100 gigs per month. So I pay that amount, so it's split. It's my data, and then it's also her phone. And so what she does is, I will give her the 500 rands when it's my payday, and then when she gets paid, she'll give me the 500 rands plus the amount that I'm paying for the phone. So it's not like I bought it for her. It's just that I used my account and my name, and they're taking from my bank, but then she still reimburses me every month. And then there is a building fund. Now remember, building fund is for one that we are working with my mother. And so we have that. My goal is to save 2.5. Now, because I had closed out my credit card, which I was paying 1,800 on, I anticipated that I was going to save more for the building fund. Like, I would have loved to save about 3.5 this month. However, something happened. Like, I got sick in February, had to go in hospital. Now, my medical aid does not pay the entire amount. And so if you see the number 21 on my budget, it is 809. That is the amount that I have to pay. So that affected also the amount of money that I can be able to save. And then another thing that I will touch on later as we go through my budget. Okay, so then we have the credit card. Now the building fund I save on Time Bank. I'm actually going to shoot the Time Bank video after this. Soon after this video, I'm actually going to give you guys progress on my Time Bank savings. So there is a video that is going to come after this one. And then I have the credit card, the FNB credit card. Now the minimum that I'm supposed to be paying for this credit card is 425. However, I pay 600. And then we have the school fees, water and electricity. I'm very impressed with how my water and electricity is going, because normally it's about 800 and something, close to 900. But that normally happens when it's winter time. And then we have rates and levies. Rates and levies, it went up because the municipality fees went up, and so now instead of paying 850, we're paying 928. Now that is eating away also from the amount of money that I could have been saving this month. Then is MTN, I've explained that one. Rain, food is 1,300. Last month I had budgeted 1,000, but then this month I said, no, let's bump it up a little bit because things are getting a little bit pricey. And then my Netflix and Canva, I'm paying for that. Now I don't have DSTV. I decided to cancel it because I was wasting money. And then transport, this is money for the bus, 300 rands. This might have to go up, we'll see. thematic music, and then business. Now this is another thing. Now, as you know that I said that I'm closing down my business. However, I decided to have a last box in February, and this box didn't do very well. It didn't do very well at all. I was actually very shocked with how it did. And so because I don't want to then send all of these products back to the brand, I've decided to buy some of the boxes for my family members. And so this month I'm buying 2 boxes, 660. That will be for 2 boxes. So that is where also my money is going to, instead of me saving, April, I have to pay for that. And then hospital fees, that is the one that I was talking about. And then other, which is 200. Now, if I add up these things, the 800, 600, 200, plus the fact that my rates and levies went up and also my food bumped up, this is the amount that I could have easily saved. It was going to be more money that I was going to easily save, but it's fine. It's fine. This is life. Things happen. Adulting is like this. Okay, and so the next thing now that we're gonna go through is just my savings here, even though I've touched on it here, but then it will be nice to just go through it. My savings and investments, it's the first one, emergency fund; second one, stock for 1, stock for 2, my sister, and then the building fund. Now when I tally all of this up, it does give me 6,000. Let me see, 2, 4, 5, 6. It gives me 6,710. That is the amount that I'm hopefully going to be able to save. Now, without rambling on and just making this video very long, I'm going to close my journal right here and just say that this is my monthly setup. I hope that you guys are going to do your own. You don't have to do the whole shebang that I've done here. But one thing that is very important that you have to do and kind of prioritize, not even have to prioritize in your life, it is to budget. Now, budget is not to confine you and to say you are not going to enjoy your life. It doesn't mean that, but it just means that you are telling your money where it must go. You want to know that by the end of the month or by the time payday comes, you know where you must route your money, where it must go. And also, that after you spend everything else, where your money went. You're not sitting and all of a sudden you find that you haven't paid for rent. You haven't put money aside for transport, and all of a sudden you don't know how you're gonna get to work. That is a sign of lack of financial management. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but as a person who is on this side of the screen, it will be wrong of me to come here and not emphasize the point of budgeting. Budgeting anyone can do, and actually everyone has to budget. If you have an income, if you have some sort of income in your life, even if you don't have debt, you need to budget, because that money needs to be told where it must go. If you don't tell it where it must go, someone will tell it where it must go. With that being said, I'm going to close off this video right here and say thank you so much for actually taking the time to watch up until now. If you're still watching up until now, please comment down below and just say bananas. Crazy, Until I see you on the next video, please take care and stay safe. Bye.